who that is, if it's like his brother, like the one he always sends, the little baby.
Yeah, I think it's like his brother.
I don't know if it's his brother or like his nephew or like his child. Like, is he the father?
Like, he's Unc.
His nephew.
Yeah.
Drinking Diet Coke ASMR.
Gulp, 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 gulp. Drinking water ASMR.
Oh, it was so fizzy. I almost died. I feel really hot and sweaty.
It is like warm in your room.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
Hey, daytime episode.
Oh yeah.
Woo-hoo. Happy St. Patrick's Day. See? Can you tell? The light's green. Can you tell?
And she's wearing a green shirt.
I am. Kayla's green shirt.
Hydro.
I love it.
I know. I really like
for
that
gifting it
shirt.
to me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, why did you get rid of it? You just wear it?
It's like really tight on like my boobs, which then makes it like not achieve like this baggy look
Yeah,
that
I know what you mean.
And also, I feel like you're just so skinny, so that like, cause I literally just cut like just right by the neckline, because I saw someone else do it.
Oh yeah.
So it works for you, but for me, it was just giving like
because when
normal,
I wear yours,
but weird.
they fall off of
yeah,
me.
but it's because
your
I have
shoulders
something
are
like
also like
catching
wider
it.
than mine.
Yeah.
So like yeah, we're just not the same size,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
We're just built
we
diff.
can't just exchange all our clothes.
Yeah.
But hey, squad, happy Sunday scaries.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm scared. It's Sunday and I'm scared.
She's hella scared.
I know. Right after I talked about alcohol awareness and I promoted it to all my young viewers.
Do you want to share with the class?
Yeah, basically I went to this festival in my hometown of San Diego. And it was really fire, but I drank too much alcohol. And it was the daytime, and like, you know when you day drink and then like
It hits different.
yeah,
like
it's
the
also
sun
like
being
hot.
out. Yeah,
and it's like I had my
and
sunglasses
also you're
on.
at like a festival, which is
Yeah.
very like stimulating.
So, yeah, there was like a lot going on, so it's like I
Yeah.
was never bored.
Yeah.
And then since it was the day, like if you've never been to a festival, for the viewers, all the fun is at night. Like there'll be music in the day, but it's like
Yeah.
it's just normal music. Like
You're
the good
just
people
there
are
to,
at night.
like get drunk and
Yeah,
eat
so like during the
food.
day we were just like sitting and like we're on the beach and we're taking photos and we got ice cream and like I don't remember any of this, but I
The
saw the
video of you
content.
eating ice cream was kind of like sexual. Like I was like, this belongs on behind a paywall. Like I don't
shouldn't
know.
have gave that to my Finsta
yeah,
for free.
something about that. I was just like, whoa.
I don't even remember eating that ice cream. I just
It looks good.
I knew Alana wanted ice cream, so we went and got it to her. And then, like, we took videos in the ice cream parlor. Like, we were probably so annoying.
Oh my gosh, the one at Belmont.
Yeah.
Aw, that's so like. Not
Which
even
is
high
like,
school.
which is outside of the festival. Like, we left and got the ice cream and came back.
Dang.
But Cole said we could do whatever we want. He was like, you can leave, it's fine.
Oh.
They'll let you back in.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Thanks, Cole.
So yeah, we were just running around. It was really beautiful. And honestly, got a lot of content. Look out for my Instagram post coming
yeah.
soon. Instagram post up by now.
Yeah.
By the time anyone watches this, I've posted.
Yes.
I'm very excited for St. Patrick's Day, but I'm also like, it's a Monday.
I am too. I don't know how like the crowd will be, but also I feel like we'll just make our own fun.
Right? Because I was like, if all my friends
I don't
are
really,
here.
yeah, like I don't really care for the normal crowd.
I don't either. So I just want to hang out with my friends, maybe
Yeah.
drink a green beer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't need to go too crazy after the weekend I've had.
Do you know what you're gonna wear? Because I was just gonna do green tube top, but I feel like
Yeah.
other people are gonna be doing a lot.
I think like
And
depending
I
on
don't
how
know.
hot it is, I was gonna wear a
Yeah.
skirt again, the same skirt.
Oh.
But
okay.
if it's cold, I'll just wear this with jeans.
Yeah, I was.
But yeah, I just have like
debating
a
same thing.
green baby tee I was gonna wear.
Okay, perfect.
Hannah's out right now. She's wearing green baby tee and jeans. And
Oh,
it looks
okay,
really good.
okay.
She's
I have
eating.
another green tube top if you want it too.
Oh, her. Yeah, I came home and my roommate's like, "We're going out," and I was like, "I'm not." Like,
Yeah.
but have so much
I know
fun.
it wasn't even like poppin', like coming over here. There was
really?
like
it was
no
popping when I was driving here.
Oh really? No traffic, and I didn't really see a lot of people like in the streets that were they were going out.
Oh, people
I saw
were
like
when I
families,
was, so
in the
maybe they were
streets.
already in.
Yeah,
Or they're already done.
But when I drove past Malarkey's, it did not seem that poppin'.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was popping when I drove by. There was a line.
Did you see what he just did?
No.
It looked like he was gonna throw up.
Please don't yak in my house.
Oh.
He was worried about the audio.
Yeah.
So considerate.
He went, and then I was like, oh.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. And Landon said he'd go. I don't know if he knows the like terms and conditions. Like I don't know if he knows if it's during the day.
True. Well, me and Hannah were talking about it and we were like, we should just do something in the afternoon and then like go to the bars
See
in
where
the
it
evening.
goes, yeah.
And people can just go home or
Yeah. True.
It's up for whatever. What are you guys doing for St. Patrick's Day? Comment down below. What'd you
They
guys do?
didn't comment on our last video and tell us what to do.
That's true.
So we made up our own mind.
Yeah, that's actually true. And it's because I didn't make a TikTok clip of it. I was like, the clip didn't even, but I didn't make a clip.
Yeah. That's
I
okay.
know. No one ever comments. They hate us.
I didn't want to go to slow anyways.
That's true. No one
Yeah.
gave us the tea.
In theory, it seems great, but it's also like so far.
And then driving back,
Yeah.
that would have been evil.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't set a timer.
Oh, I can set one right now.
What does it say on the camera? 6 minutes. Okay. So for like 20.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I thought you had something you wanted to discuss with the pod.
Oh, I do. Okay. I don't know if you've seen this on your For You page, but it's like, I don't know if it's like propaganda. I'm pretty sure it,
Propaganda.
or like, I think we're being gaslit, but like, I don't know. And since you studied abroad in Europe, you can tell me.
Okay.
Have you seen the TikToks of the British people being like, there's a tea alarm, and if you don't stop what you're doing and make a cup of tea, you're gonna get fined? Like, I'm like, they're fucking with
Wait,
us.
that's awesome.
But also, like, in the comments, like, it makes me second guess myself, you know? Like, they're doing a really good job. Because I'm like, no, that can't be true. That's ridiculous. But then I'm like,
I think that's
I
really
don't know.
funny. I think that's a good prank. That's like
It
when
is
all
such
the
a good
girls
prank.
like would post like that we would eat our tampons, and then we would all like put that on the comments.
or the, like, acrylic nail thing, how
Yeah,
we used
how
to
it goes,
prank
like,
them.
inside your
yeah,
nail.
and, like, men believed it.
I
So it's
know.
like, I'm just a dumb
I
American.
think
Like, they
that's
had me
true.
for
I
a
think,
sec.
Yeah, you're just falling for it.
Yeah, because in all the comments, it'll be like half people like defending it and believing it, and then the other half is like, this is some prank they made when TikTok was banned in the US. And like, now that it's back, like, they're pranking
It was
us.
actually so funny when TikTok came back and like all of it was like, oh, like they're gone. And then I was like, I'm back.
No, literally, I was like, I was here.
Yeah, actually, one day later.
Yeah, right. It was literally what
Like the next morning.
Yeah, it was like
I mean,
one
for
or 2
us
days
on the West Coast. No,
yeah.
it was the next morning.
Really?
I woke up and I started scrolling.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was like what I wanted to talk about.
Kind of fire.
I know. I was just like, why do I believe this? Like,
This brings back to like TikTok's so big now. Like I haven't seen this and I'm on TikTok all the time.
yeah, I've seen like so many, and then like the British people doing it, they like gag me because then it'll be like an alarm, and they're like, and then they're like, they pull out like a tea packet from their boobs, and I'm like, I love this.
Wait,
like,
let's
I'm
make
just
it.
living for
Can we
it.
make an America version? And
Yeah.
we can, like shotgun.
Yeah, true.
We'll
Drink
do
a
it
beer.
tomorrow. Yeah. St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah. And then I only had another story of my weed.
Oh,
my
yeah.
weed encounter.
Yeah, this is perfect for the green episode.
Yeah.
You can talk
so,
about your weed encounter.
Pretext, I used to smoke like a lot, and then I
'Cause
had
it's
like
legal in California.
Yeah, and I'm 21.
clock us.
And before I had a med card, so don't even try. But yeah, it used to be a lot, and then I had like a wake up call, and then there was like many reasons, but then like I was just like, let's stop. So then I literally like cold turkeyed, and I feel like it's definitely been like
A while.
months. Yeah, like I'll like hit someone's pen, but like that was it. Like I haven't actually like smoked flower in like so long. But then yesterday Ty was like, we could buy some weed, and then I was like, okay.
I thought you weren't smoking at your house because your landlord was mad at you.
That like was part of it, but then like I just also decided to not buy weed as well.
I thought that was just because you were poor.
well, yeah, that's another part
Well,
of
yes.
it. Yeah.
But so, where did you smoke? I thought you weren't.
we went to
allowed.
the park.
Oh, okay.
The
I
one
was
right
like,
by my
what?
house.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Because I don't know if that's legal, but
true, that didn't happen.
yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. But then like, so then he was at work, so then I went to go get it. And then I like was like, because he was like, you can smoke some before I get home from work, because he was gonna be home late. And then I was like, okay. And then I was like, I rolled myself like half a joint, because I was like, one, I'm by myself, two, I haven't in a while.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, every time I've hit someone's pen, I low-key have been like geeked. Like, it's not like, I mean, not like tweaking, but it's also
but just like, whoa.
Yeah,
like when you take one shot and you're tipsy and you're like, wow, why
you
am
know what I
tipsy off
mean?
one shot?
Yeah, but I kind of love that, because before, like, my tolerance was literally so high, and it was like unbearable.
That's how I was with alcohol too. Like when we were like younger and we would go to frat parties, like I would drink so much alcohol, and like I don't know how I stayed so skinny. Like my body still snatched. Like I don't know how.
Because it's also, we were drinking like gross
we
alcohol
so much, and now it's like literally like, if I take 3 shots, like I'll be drunk.
I agree. But yeah, so then I like took myself to the park, and then I
Allegedly.
was FaceTime allegedly. Who knows? And then I allegedly sat on the bench and allegedly smoked. And then I couldn't even like finish the whole thing, because also it was really chilly. But while I was allegedly smoking, this like woman walks by and she's walking her dog. And then like, I'm just like, whatever, like, I don't know. But then she was like a white woman, and not to like stereotype, but I'm like, what if she's a Karen and like is gonna call the police on me? True. And that's also just like the paranoia of smoking setting in.
That's just also so Irvine core.
Right?
For like some white mom to be like, someone was smoking in the community car.
Because also, allegedly. It is like, like we have like an HOA and shit, you know? So I'm like, they would care. So then I like put it out, and I smoked like half a joint, I guess, which is like nothing for me usually, but I guess the tea break really worked. And then as I was like walking back, allegedly, she was like, she rounded the corner and she was there. And then like she was walking on the other side of like the street, allegedly. And then in my mind, I was like, oh my God, she's waiting for me to go home so she can like tell them what house I'm in. So then I was just like, and I was being so dramatic and so sus, because I kept like looking over at her. And then I was like, this lady probably had no issue with me, but now she does.
Now she does.
But now she's like,
what is she doing?
Yeah, she's like, what is this girl doing? Like, because I was like, it was just so bad. So then my ass decides, like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna prank her. So then I like went around the corner, and then I walked the whole freaking lab back to my house, allegedly.
I'm gonna prank her.
No, yeah. And then the whole time, once I like rounded the corner, I kept like looking back to make sure she wasn't there, and then she wasn't. So I was like, oh, she really, this is just like her path.
Yeah, she was just walking her
But then
dog.
like after, when I got home, I was just like, wow, I'm so dumb, because I was like, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but me tweaking made her care.
Yeah.
And then like people were like going up and down the stairs, and I thought like someone was knocking at the door, and then I hid. I like went under my blanket and I said, not today. Yeah. And then I was like, after, I was like, wow, that was crazy. Like usually I never get paranoid. I'm such a chiller.
I'm a paranoid girl.
But I think it's also because the lady at the dispensary, she like planted the seed, because I was like, between the sativa and the hybrid, like which one do you like more? And then she was like, I've never had the sativa, but then she said the hybrid, which is the one I got, she was like, it makes me like anxious because it's crossed with like a specific strain.
I see.
And then I was just like, oh, interesting, let me get that. But yeah, I was just, yeah, she did. And I also think it's just being by myself and like doing something allegedly that is allegedly wrong.
Yes.
Take a shot for every time I said allegedly.
For real, no drinking me. Something like very similar happened to me during Pokemon Go era. You guys remember Pokemon Go?
Did you ever stop?
My favorite app. Yeah, I still play Pokemon Go, and what about it? It's beautiful. And when it was really trending, and everyone would like crush their car and stuff, you know, all the teens. Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh,
then there was like the drama. I remember hearing like people being followed and like whatever, just like,
because they were going after
they
like
weren't
the same
paying attention and like you're an easy target. 'Cause, like, you know, so I was walking my dog, in like literally normal neighborhood, like where my grandma lives.
Oh yeah,
but
nice
that's where I used to live. And then there was this man, and like literally I had never done anything alone at this period of my life, because this was like 2016. So what? I was like 13.
Like young.
Yeah, I didn't do anything alone ever, because duh, I was a kid. And then I'd heard all the stories, and my parents and my grandma is like, they're so paranoid. Like they're so like, you're gonna get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Like I was so convinced when we had like those school trainings that like I was gonna get kidnapped one day, you know?
Yeah.
I just had to like be on the lookout. So this man like looked at me while I was walking my dog and I was playing Pokemon Go, and then like I saw him look at me, and then I was like, why is he looking at me? So then I looked away, and then I kept walking, but then he was like obviously just going the same path.
Yeah.
Like we're just both walking in the same direction. And I got so scared, and I was like, I started like running. I was like, he's following me. Yeah. And then I like turned the corner. I was like,
yeah.
And then I was like, I doubt he's
literally
following.
me.
And then I was like, bruh, he was not following. Like literally, I didn't even realize that I wasn't being followed until like way later in my life. And then I was like, girl, like that man was just also walking.
Yeah. No. Okay, but if being a man like makes
That's
it work.
what it was. It was just he was a man. I was a child.
Yeah.
So I was really scared. And like literally, I never did anything by myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? Like, I must be getting kidnapped right now. This must be what's happening. There's no other way.
Do you remember in like 6th grade, we literally had 2 like bomb threats or something? So then we had like 2 drills. And then I remember the first time it happened during like advisory, which is like home period, if y'all didn't have that. But I remember like we had.
God, it's so loud.
What the heck? I'm telling a story.
Yeah, stop.
But it was like during advisory, and we had a substitute, so it's like she didn't really know the procedure, and then like we didn't know what was happening, so then we like. I remember like my advisory class, like we literally stacked the tables like against the door, but then like
That's so funny.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, but that's smart.
Yeah, right.
Because one time there actually was someone on our campus.
Yeah. Okay, but also like I'm like if it was a bomb, like. Yeah. Girl, it wouldn't. But then I remember, like, literally after, like, an hour or something, we all, like, stopped, like, we stopped gaffing, and then we were just all, like, chatting, and then, like, running around the class, like, playing games.
Duh.
And then I was like, guys, what are we doing?
There was, like, I think there was, like, 3 in 1 year or something, and then one time there actually was someone on our campus.
I remember one time... I was like, we were all under the desk, and I'll tell you who this person was after, because it makes it so much funnier. But he tooted, and then we were all like, we said his name, and we were like, womp womp, like, why'd you do that? Because like he was like kind of notoriously hated. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? He was just like the one we'd bully. Yeah, and then like, why'd you toot?
I remember because then when we were in high school, like our high school had a bomb threat, and like everyone that went to our middle school was like, this is so silly, and they were all so scared, like they were texting their mom.
I was like, guys, we've played these games before.
We've played these games many a times, and like it's fine.
Yeah, because why was our middle school low-key like jank?
I don't know.
There were like dead bodies that were alive actually on the field.
Yeah, one of them was alive.
Yeah, presumed dead bodies. I don't know.
Yeah, my cousin just told me that her middle school is the safest one in San Diego.
Makes sense why they were all scared when they came to our high school.
I was like, wow, y'all just clocked us because ours wasn't.
Yeah.
Ours wasn't. Oh, I had another point when you were telling your story. I had 2 points. I had the Pokemon Go story, and I had something about the end of your story as well. I had something I related.
Just me under my blanket being scared the police were at my door.
Oh, when you said, yeah, I taught my mom that hack because she didn't know this, and she did know this obviously, but like she never tried it. And it's like when I was home for the first time, or maybe it was just COVID or something, like people would knock on the door, obviously. I just wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, I don't answer the door unless I know someone's coming to my house.
Exactly.
Like even now, I'm not answering the door. Yeah. Like I don't know who you are. Like if I see someone at my door, I'm not answering.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And she was like, oh. So then she just started doing that.
Exactly.
She always just shoos them away. And I was like, you're so like Gen X for that. Like Hayden always does that too. Like whenever my brothers were home, they would just like not answer because we were like, we're not expecting anyone.
Exactly.
Like,
for all I know, it's a serial killer.
Yeah, exactly. They could be pranking
I'm not gonna
me.
let them in my house.
There was a scheme in my neighborhood going on where people pretended to like be landscapers, and just so they could go and like they just go into your house and like suss the place out, I guess, and then they'd rob you.
And what?
Like not
Oh my
then,
God.
like later.
Oh.
Like they would like what's it
Yeah.
called? Like when you like look at a place, casing the joint. They'd case,
Okay,
they'd case our
period.
house.
Damn, that's scary.
I know. So then my grandma was always like, "Don't answer the door if someone's pretending to be a landscaping." Now I'm like, I won't answer the door. Period.
Yeah, my mom told me
has
not to
tell me.
answer.
If someone's coming, my mom better tell me they're coming because they're not getting let
Exactly.
in. Like, sorry.
One time, one of my roommates, her boyfriend, like, pulled up, I guess, and she was still sleeping, and he was like ringing the doorbell and then like knocking on the door, and then like I was brushing my teeth, and then again like I was like, well, that's not my guest, like
Yeah,
I don't
so
know,
I'm not expecting anyone.
exactly. And it was also like really early in the morning, and like I don't know, my roommates just kind of like they sleep in till late, so I'm just like, it's probably just like salesperson. But then I saw like a man like walking through like the side of my
Yeah.
house through the living room windows, and I got so scared. And I remember I went into Ty and I was like, Ty, I think someone's trying to break in. But then like I let him in, and then he was like, oh, I'm here for blah blah blah, and I said, oh. Sorry.
Yeah, you just live with so many people because like I know my roommate's hoes. Like
Yeah, like literally
there's only two of them.
There's new characters all the time, and I'm like, who is you?
Yeah, and like we have all the same characters.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so it's fine. Yeah, I would be so confused all the time. I'd be like, do you live here as well, or?
No, literally. Everyone
That's like how I was living in my sorority house. There's just like
Yeah.
a random frat man in my house, and I'd be like, why are you here?
yeah.
Or like they'd be knocking, and I'm like, why would I let you in? And they're like, I'm here to see this person. I'm like, so why aren't they letting you in? Like,
No,
I'm like, why am I doing
literally.
it? Like,
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, get your own gas.
yeah, for real. I'm not your doorman.
Yeah, what?
I'd be like, what? Who are you? Why are you in my house? This is my house.
Yeah.
Entitled boys. Me and Alana were on our whole rant about boys today, just because like we're just so upset. Like we're just so upset all the time.
Yeah.
Because like literally the entitled boys, like I would just never do such a thing. It's
I
like the thought
agree.
process. Like we were talking about how like her ex thought it was like so shallow how much she cared about social media. And I was like, see, a girl wouldn't say that. Like we all care about social media in like our own ways. Like it can be unhealthy, but it's like I like social media just for fun.
Yeah.
Like I just love my Instagram, and I love like looking at my Instagram.
Yeah.
And like boys use their social media in such a different way.
in a bad way.
Yeah, it's like the way that like girls go out to the bar just have fun, and boys go out to the bar to look for a woman.
Yes, I was literally having this
It's the
conversation
same thing with social
someone.
media.
Yeah.
Is like girls go on social media just like for fun. I mean, like obviously there's girls that use it toxically and like
Yeah.
have bad mindset, or people that like are just fishing for compliments.
Yeah.
But it's like most of the time girls are just posting because they loved that picture and they wanted to post it, or it's like they love like making, like I love making my Instagram feed.
Yeah,
and making
like
it
a little
cute.
photo dump. Like I
And like
just
make
like
sure
that.
they all match, and like I just love it. It's so much
I-
fun. It's like, why have these beautiful
yeah.
photos? But then boys, most of them don't be using their social media in this way. They're just following OnlyFans girls. They're just liking bikini
yeah.
pics
Oh yeah.
and posting really bad photos.
They'll post like 3 of the exact same photo, and then the
then-
caption's like so bad.
Why, when they post on their story, how come boys in the comments below, let me know, how come when you get added on someone's story, like someone posts a story of you and you go to repost it, or like they post a grid photo and you go to repost it, how come you guys make it so small and like off to the corner?
Yeah.
Why is it not centered? Like, do you think you look bad? Is that what you're trying to make it
Low
small?
key maybe? But then it's like, why
It's like, then
repost
just don't
it?
Like, they won't be offended. It's very odd.
Yeah.
I make it really big. Like, I don't
I
want the
think
square.
they just like don't understand like aesthetics.
Right?
Like yeah,
I'm
right.
Like, why is it over
Because
there?
also like watching like a boy make like a story dump is so like painful.
Yeah.
And just
So I know some boys that they were always like that frat boy who's like, it's very equivalent to like that ASB kid, and they would be really good at social media because like duh, and because they're like
Yeah.
always taking content, so of course they are.
Yeah.
And like their Instagrams would slay, and I would love like looking at them because it's like
Yeah.
memories. Like not even like they looked good, just like their post was good.
yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's very rare. Like boys just choose to post some silly things unless they're
I
a slut.
agree. Yeah, unless they're a slut.
That's how you
Unless they're-
know.
It's
I'm like,
literally
someone
just because
cooked
they
here.
ran through. Yeah.
That's so true. Sorry, red flag. Having a good Instagram is a red flag.
No, okay. That's what I I was gonna say, because I was like, I never expect a man's Instagram to be good. I expect
I don't think they should change. I like that
if
they're
you
bad.
have more than 1,000 followers, like, I'm out. Unfortunately, I'm out. Like, I'm not rocking
I
with
like
that.
sluts personally.
No, I'm not
Me and the
rocking with
sluts.
that.
Unite.
I want them like pure. I sound like such a man.
Free.
I want them untouched. But it's like, no, okay, I do want them to be cooked, but
I
like
want someone
halfway.
else to cook for me, so I don't have to do it.
But also, it's because I'm very like particular, like no, like shading myself, like Kayla shade. It's just like I'm really picky, and I have like unreasonable standards sometimes, and it's just like I like things the way I like it, and that's that.
That's true.
You know, and then it's like I don't want you doing something because you're like your ex liked it.
That's true.
Like I want you to do it because I like it.
Yeah.
And like if we break up, like you don't have to carry on that legacy. Like you can start from
Yeah.
scratch. But it's just like how boys getting flowers. It's like just because your ex liked getting flowers doesn't mean I'm
Yes,
gonna.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like
I
just like being
think
special.
It's like kind of a silly mentality because I don't know. I haven't had a boyfriend, but I personally haven't like kept traits that like I did in certain relationships.
Oh.
Like I didn't like reuse, reduce, recycle. And it's like when a boy has had a girlfriend, then they do those same things for their next girlfriend. And like I don't personally do that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the only things I keep, unfortunately, is like the toxic traits.
Oh.
But I'm like self-aware.
Yeah, true.
I try to like write them. I'm just like I did this last. I'm gonna up the ante actually.
They're gonna fight later.
Oh yeah.
I feel like our last TikToks didn't get views because we didn't rage bait. So maybe we have to again. Like maybe I'll clip all of that on TikTok because I know the men will hate it.
They will.
They hate when women have opinions about men.
They're gonna be like, imagine if you replaced men with a marginalized group.
And I'm like, that's not, the men aren't a marginalized
Yeah,
group,
so it's
that's
really
why we
different
say
actually. It's really different.
Yeah, I try not. I mean, I don't really try. Like, but I don't really want to be a man hater. It's just like every time I do anything, a man ruins it for me.
Yeah.
So then I get back on my hating. Like literally today, we were at Einstein's Bagels, and it was taking forever. We were just sitting, whatever, and like people were waiting to order, and like the line's here. Right? It goes this way. There's like, this is like where they're calling all the orders and they're putting the bags up.
Yes,
Clearly,
I'm
very
familiar.
clearly. Like there's a bunch of bags up there. Then they call Alana. So Alana goes up there. There's just a man standing right in front of it, waiting to order. Like the line's not over there, sir.
Yeah.
He's just standing there. Alana walks up and they had just said her name. So obviously that's why she's walking out. He goes and just stays standing right in front of the bag.
Boy, I know you saw me.
Yes. And then she goes, oh, excuse me. And he doesn't move.
What?
And we're just like, what is going on? And there's other bags, so we didn't really know if that was the bag. So she was like looking at the other ones, and she's like, I don't think it's these. And the girl comes back and calls it again, and she's like, Alana? And then she's like, yeah. And she comes and like moves it and hands it to us because why was he standing there?
Yeah.
So then I was just angry again because I was just like, that was just again the so white man entitlement of like he can just stand there. Like, why are you blocking
A
everyone's
marginalized
way?
group would never do that.
That's what
That's
I'm
all
saying.
I'm gonna say.
And it's like, why did you just stand there? Like, that was just so weird. And why are you all up in their business?
It is
Get
just
out
like
of
the
their face.
entitlement.
Yes. And I'm like, you're all up in their face.
Yeah.
For what?
Boy, what the hell, boy?
Yeah. I just personally don't get it.
I don't really either.
And this is why I'm always hating. And like, I would love to not hate, but. And then when we post about men, all the comments are men once again being annoying. So it's like, you guys are just proving my point of that.
Yeah.
About you guys being annoying. Always annoying me, honestly.
Honestly, don't piss me off.
Yeah. I was on
Level impossible.
I was also on my high horse today about how I just don't think men and women belong together. Cuz I like when we were ranting about like how boys go to the bars for different reasons. They use their social media for different reasons. And like we were talking about how like so many boys just like follow like porn stars on Instagram. And then it's like when I follow like a man I have a crush on Instagram, like I follow Hamza on Instagram. But
And
like,
Vinny.
and Vinny, and
Yeah,
like
that's
Jeremy
why-
Allen White. But it's
that's
like I just
why-
see their post and I go, cute.
See, okay, but that's why I'm like, am I part of the problem?
Well, that's what we were talking about. And then Alana was like, no, because it's so different. Like, she was like, I follow Dominic Fike, but then it's like, this man never posts. And when he does, it's like about like his content. It's like, I don't just like
Yeah.
love this man because I think he's hot. And I'm like, that's actually so
okay,
true.
but like Vinny Hacker, like
That's true.
you know,
That is true. But I don't know. We were also just talking about it in like, it's just such a different mentality. Like, if they didn't want me to follow Vinny Hacker, I just wouldn't.
yeah,
Because I wouldn't be missing out. Like,
I
it's totally
agree.
fine. I'm
I
just a single
agree.
woman, so I'm like, I'm gonna follow Vinny
I
Hacker.
have
But it's
asked
like,
Ty if that bothers him, but he says no.
because
But if
he's a
but
secure
yeah,
man.
but if he did that, I'd be like, ooh, like I wouldn't be like, maybe I would be like unfollow her. I don't know, like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like it's weird when like, why is that what you're using Instagram for? It's like, yes, I follow Vinny Hacker, but like when I'm scrolling, it's like to go see like my friends who posted.
True.
And that's like it.
Yeah.
And like sometimes Vinny Hacker posted.
Yeah.
Or Hamza. Or
True.
Dominic Fike. Like, you know, a
True.
random baddie will be in there.
yeah.
And that's fun. But it's like, no, they just only follow baddies.
True. Okay, this is another point because like there was like I don't know. I was talking about like some man, some gooner,
Right.
and then like they were saying how like his Instagram Explore page was just like a bunch of like bikini pics, like girls in
Yeah.
bikinis. And then I'm just like, wait, because sometimes I get those too. But even though I'm attracted to women, I'm like. I feel like it's like I'm appreciating it, which I'm sure the men are
Yes.
appreciating it, but they're doing it in like a not respectful way.
I agree.
Like they're literally gooning to it, and I'm just like, you are so beautiful. On to the next post.
Exactly.
Like, onto
Like,
my
I don't
slime
think about
post.
it.
Yeah,
I think that's the difference as well. And also, like, so many women that follow hot women view it like toxically, which is also bad. But it's like they're just
Yeah.
looking at it and being like, I wish I looked like that. And like the
It's
men
like
aren't doing
goals.
that.
Yeah.
Like that's not what's going on.
yeah,
And
yeah. I
that's
don't
what was,
know.
like,
I've
cursing
always
me
felt
out.
double standard about that because
Yeah.
I'm like, I do follow, but it's like I'm not gooning to Vinny.
That's
like,
what I mean.
I don't know.
That's what I mean too about like the double standard about going out as well, where it's like we're just going out to dance.
Yeah.
And like, yes, like a man might talk to us, but it's like if we don't want male attention, we just don't give them any.
It's also
like we're just like go away.
No one I've ever gone out with, even like when we were single, we weren't like scouting for men.
Never.
Like it was just
But every
like
boy, like even my guy friends do that and no hate. Like it's like they want a woman. Like go
Right.
rizz up a woman if that's what you want to do. But it's like
Yeah.
I never plan on meeting a man
A
at
night
a bar
out.
because that's what I know what they're all doing.
Yeah.
So I'm like they're not gonna be a valid man if I met them at the bar because
Yeah.
they're all just looking for some girl.
the fun of the bar is like the get ready with me and the pregame.
Yes.
Going, it's just like, well, now that we're ready
We
and
must
I'm
leave.
drunk, like I guess I have to go to the bar. Like I can't just
and
stay
then we
home.
dance for a little and then we're home by midnight because we'll turn into a pumpkin.
Literally.
So we have to leave now.
Literally.
We must run away.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that with one of our friends who just got broken up with, I guess. I don't want to like out him, but he was like saying how like he stopped going out once he got a girlfriend just out of respect to her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, that's, but then I was like being like, oh, I still go out, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, my man picks me up from the bar. Like,
This
blah,
is
blah, blah.
true.
And then he was like, well, yeah, it's like different. And I'm like, you're so right. It is different.
It's also like my friends with like valid boyfriends. I would just be like, bring your boyfriend. I just know Ty doesn't want to go out.
Yeah.
But it's like if, but it's like if your boyfriend also is going out, like our friend that was
Yeah.
just here, like Hannah just went out with our friend and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because it was like they were going out and they were like, come.
yeah.
But it's like if you
If your
like,
man's
if you
not
guys,
chill.
if you guys both like going out, why aren't you going out together?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you be going out separate if you both like going out?
Yeah.
Like that makes no sense to me.
I agree.
We were also talking about how like we've both encountered this where someone we were dating told us that like they got hit on by a girl. And I was just like, why did you say that to me?
Yeah.
Because it's like also like as women who post on social media, I feel like we get hit on by men very often. Like, I don't know, like just some random man will like swipe up on my story. And it's like, if I had a boyfriend, I wouldn't be like, look, this man swiped up on my story.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why would I be doing that?
I tell Ty.
Really? Like every time?
Well, Ty wants to know.
I guess, but we were just like, because also like Alana's a server, so I'm sure like people flirt with her at work all the time. She doesn't like go home and like tell her boyfriend like all these men were flirting with me at work. That's weird.
I tell Ty in the sense that like we bully them together. I'm like,
I think also if
I'll
it's
be
happening
like,
right here, you
yeah,
can
exactly.
Like, look.
I'll be like,
But,
look at what this freak
if
said.
me and you went to the bar and some man was trying to flirt with you, you wouldn't go home and be like, these men were flirting with me, Ty.
No.
Like, because that would just be rude. Like, what are you just gonna flex for?
Yeah, I would just be like, it was a bad time.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Or like men were making me mad. You wouldn't be like, these men were all like 5 people trying to buy me a drink.
I
Like,
don't think
why
I'd
would
give
you
the
say
receipt
that?
specifically.
Why would you say
Yeah.
that? And it's like, that's what they do. It's like they come home and then it's like, do you want a cookie? Like, I don't know. Like, oh no, a girl flirted with you. Like, also, if I'm dating you, like, girls better be flirting with you. Like, you better be hot. Like,
I'm not about that.
like, that's what I hope for.
Nah,
like, I hope
don't
that
talk
you're
to
getting
him.
flirted with, and then you have to be like, no, I have a girlfriend. I hope that happens every day. So, like,
I'm just like,
why are you telling me about it?
I'm just so like toxic, and I don't know why. Because I'm just like,
I know,
don't
me
even.
and Alana's version of this conversation was so different. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were just like, what do you mean? Like, why are you telling me that?
I'm just like,
Like, would you want Ty to tell you that? If he was like, girls flirted with me at work?
well, I don't. He does tell me about how the old ladies.
But that's different. That's different.
No, it's not. I don't know. I'm
I
just
think
like,
there's a difference between like a funny story that's a good story,
yeah.
and then there's difference of you just being like,
honestly-
this girl was flirting with me, but I told her I had a girlfriend.
yeah.
It's
I
like,
honestly
why would you
don't
say that?
even know if I'd want to know, because me knowing would just make me like really upset.
Exactly.
Just because
that's what I'm saying.
me.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's like, why would I care? Like, why would you tell me that? Like, why would like he'd be like, oh yeah, I went out with my friends and like these girls like kept following us around.
I
It's
want
like,
Ty to like.
why'd you tell me that? Like,
I want him to like push them to the ground if they like did that to him.
it's like those TikToks that were like, okay, you're going out with your friends.
Yeah,
like, this is
I
what
do
you do.
that all the time. I'm like, imagine.
Imagine I'm a stranger, okay?
See, I also just love to like gotcha, like, because I'll be like, imagine I'm a girl at the bar, and then I'll be like all up on him, and then he'll push me, and then I'll be like mad. I'll be like, why did you push me? And then he'll hug me, and he'll be like, it's okay. And I said, I'm still the girl at the bar, and then he'll be like, I can't win, and I'm like, you're right, you can't win.
Like, never win, bro.
This is why I love him, because like I'm so much to put up with. Like, I don't know anyone else who would do all this. Like, I'm literally so mean. I test him every day. Like, he has to like pass all these tests. Like, it's actually insane.
That's true. I mean, that's true.
But I appreciate it. Like,
yeah,
it's really fire.
Good point. Good point.
But yeah, I want him to not even look at them. I said like he could be mean, but as long as it's not like too mean. Like,
Yeah.
don't be fat phobic.
Well,
now.
see, like this is true. Like I would never stoop to that level, but it's like I'm just mean to the strangers at the bar
But
because
yes,
they won't
because
go
men are
away.
like women, I feel like if you shoot them down, they leave you alone because now it's like, I'm embarrassed.
That's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like if they're not, then they're probably just really drunk, and then it's like you can be mean to a girl that's really drunk.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to be like attacking her insecurities, but you can be like, go away, you're
Yeah,
being
yeah.
annoying, and then
Yeah.
they'll be like so humbled, and they'll be like, I am.
That's what I want him to do.
Exactly.
Like, call them annoying, not ugly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. They're so quick to like jump on their looks. I noticed that when I had like a guy friend group, and they would always like when we wouldn't like someone or just someone was annoying or like I don't know.
They call them fat.
They would call them
They're
ugly.
fat all
They'd
of a
call them
sudden.
fat.
Yeah.
They'd say like just so many mean things about them.
Yeah.
Like pick apart like their insecurities. Like they'd be like their arms are too long. It's like what? Like literally, huh?
What are you talking
What are you talking
about?
about? Why are you so quick to come for their looks? Like what?
I agree. Also, like, not me coming for men's looks, but it'll always be the most chopped man doing all this.
I know.
And I'm just like, baby, we could pick you
It's
apart.
like the Sydney Sweeney post when she got all the hate Do you remember that?
Oh, which
There was like she got like paparazzi'd. And so she was like super off guard. And she's like on vacation with her family. And then all these men were like saying that she was fat and that she's like not even like hot and all this stuff. And it's like Sydney Sweeney is like the most agreed upon baddie, I feel like. Like also, everyone knows she's hot.
These are the same men that were gooning on her like a week ago.
Exactly. And then she posted like all of their tweets and then zoomed in on their profile pictures. And it would just be like, it would just say like, you're so fat. And then it would just be like some man. Like, and it was like, clearly Sydney Sweeney does not care about your opinion. Yeah. And that's how I felt when we got mean TikTok comments, because I was just like, boy, you're also 40. Why are you on my, why are you in my DMs? You're 40.
Didn't ask.
Literally didn't ask. Like, just posted a TikTok and you're obsessed with us is what's happening.
Yeah. Your tweet just gave me clout.
Always.
We gained like someone left a hate comment. They're like, you have 30 followers, and it's like, well, bam, now we're at 50.
We have 60 now.
We doubled it. Yeah.
Double it.
I know. I was telling Harper, I'm addressing you guys. But like, I was like, when we hit like 100K or something, we need to respond to the comment and be like, actually, we have 100K. I know. Like, that would just clear them.
I know. That's how I feel about like all of them, where they're like talking about us not being famous, and then I want to like clap back when we're famous. Yeah. Like, you hated on us when we had just started. So mean. Yeah. Like, of course we're not famous yet. Just wait. Yeah. Just you wait.
Doesn't happen overnight.
I know. Come on now, guys. We're trying.
Yeah.
Okay. What should we start with? Crash out or hyperfixation? I have notes for both.
We always start with hyperfixation.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay. Hyperfixation, pesto pasta.
You did just make that.
I just made that. I used the rest of my pesto. I'm obsessed with pesto pasta right now. And I feel like literally no media, because I was watching Severance and then I got to the second season and I'm just like not locked in anymore. So I don't even know what I've been locked into. Like, literally all week, what have I even been doing?
That's me. I don't really have media either.
Right? It's like, what was I doing? I have no idea.
Food.
Yeah, I was eating pesto pasta is what I was doing. I think I've just been scrolling on TikTok. And there's just been like a lot of YouTube content lately. Like, I just put you on Danny. And like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I've just been hanging out with my friends all week, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I was pretty busy.
True.
Not a lot of hyperfixations.
Mine this week is cauliflower. Ooh. I've been really rocking with it, and then I've been making like soup, I guess, but it'll be like, I'll cook like the macaroni noodles into the soup with like veggies, and then I put meatballs in it, and it's really good.
I love when soup has a carb. Like pouring your soup over rice.
Yeah. Delicious. Yeah, because I stopped getting rice because I was like over that, but then I had like pasta. Little macaroni noodles.
This.
Yeah.
I like this. I feel like our podcast, this is like not really related. I was just thinking, it just like, I don't think it passed the Bechdel test like ever.
We never not talk about men.
We always talk about men, but it's always in a hateful way.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning we didn't. I mean, I do think men get tied back into it somehow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But also, I was thinking about that, and I was like, that test is only relevant when it's like the whole plot of a woman is circled around a man. Yeah. And it's like our plots are so far removed from the man. That's why we talk about them, because we are angry.
In my class, I learned...
can't have perfect Barbie world. I want to live in Barbie land.
Yeah, I learned about a different test, and it's the sexy lamp test, and it's just like basically if you can replace like a female character with a lamp, then it's like... that's not a very good character.
Wow.
Yeah, I learned that in my TV class.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, because like in a lot of my sociology classes, we're all like, yeah, the Bechdel test, like, I do think it's like interesting for sure, but it's not like, you know, a test of like true feminism. You know what I mean?
I also think it's like, out of date now. I think when it like was first getting popularity, it made a lot of sense because women characters were only there to talk about men.
Exactly. Even when
or
they
to hate
were
on
the
each
main
other.
Characters.
Yes. And it's like every movie is a romance.
Sexy
but honestly,
lamp test,
I love love, so I'm kind of glad.
Yeah.
Like, I think every movie having a little bit of romance is just real life. Like, everyone has a crush.
True.
Every now and then.
True.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I remember people used to always be hating. Like, they were like, new Marvel movie, and they're like, why does he have to like have a girlfriend?
Oh.
And it's like, 'cause duh.
Like, why wouldn't he?
Right? He's a baddie.
He's hers.
He's hers, so he has hers.
Exactly.
Okay, and then my crash out, I feel like I told you this already, but we can rehash it for the podcast, is like literally just the bisexual experience of like of being like not feeling like I fit into queer community, and then also like my straight friends don't get it.
Yeah.
And I always thought like I had really good straight friends, so like it didn't even matter, because like not even most of my friends, I would say 50-50 of my friends are straight. And I never thought that like it was like oh, they don't get it, until like I started having my crash outs about it, and then I was like, they don't get it at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, because why would they?
Not to be like gatekeepy, but there was just this one person who'd like, no offense, but is like painfully straight. And then she'd always just talk about like women, and then like it was just like how like she'd be like, I'd be like, oh, I have a crush on like this celebrity, and she'd be like, I don't have a crush on them because they look like me. Which one? First of all, they didn't. And it's also, you don't have a crush on them because you're not like attracted to women.
Yeah.
Like, baby, like you can think someone's pretty, but like you're just not sexually attracted to them. So it's like you're not gonna feel that way.
That's like another thing about the patriarchy, is like most boys don't feel comfortable enough in their sexuality to have like a boy crush and to just like admire a man for being hot, because they're like, I'm not gay though.
Yeah.
But it's like girls will do that.
Yeah.
And they'll just be like
just
they're not
recognize
attracted
the
to
difference.
them. Yes,
Yeah.
but they know they're pretty, and like boys don't really do that.
Yeah.
So then there's also that issue. It's like I don't relate to straight boys. Like just because I like women, I don't relate to straight boys. Yeah. So then it's like I don't have that. And then it's like lesbians, like I always hear them hating on bisexuals. Yeah. And then I was like, I was telling Kayla I was really obsessed with this influencer, and I was watching like her podcast, and she went on like, not really went on this rant, she just like pulled up receipts of like other people saying it, but it's like she kind of promoted that behavior of like white bisexual girls like not getting it because like they can just fit into any community. And it's like that's the problem, kind of, is like you can just fit into any community, but then it just feels like no one
claims you.
No one claims you. Yeah. So then it's like I feel like if I like just like went to queer events, like I'd be annoying, because it's like I also like men. Yeah,
it is. So just it's like that, like not feeling valid enough for like either. For like any.
It's like I always feel the best in like my bisexual friendships, which is like pretty much only you, and like bisexual men I know, because like I have other bisexual friends that they just like don't live here. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. And also, like, my bisexual friends are always more men. Like, I feel bisexual in the way where, like, I'm gay, but I like men sometimes. And I think most girls are, like, they're straight, and then they're bi-curious because, like, they might like girls. I was, like, bi-curious. Maybe I like men. Yeah. So I was, like, now I'm, like, I'm content with being bisexual at this moment anyways. Future me might change my mind. But at this moment, in the way where, like, I know I like women and I like some men. Yeah. And all of my other bisexual friends, like, always are with men. Like, always have boyfriends. Yeah. And I'm just like... And then the lesbians don't claim me. Sorry. Yeah. But you've just had the same boyfriend, so it's different. Yeah. It's not like you're out here with mad huz and they're all boys.
Yeah. Like, that's another thing where it's like not even to be snowflake liberal, but it's like, the propaganda of like bisexual girl with boyfriend. It's like so real because they're always going to have a nerd boyfriend, or not always, but just like if they have a boyfriend, that's going to be like it. And that is like a big stereotype, but it's like, don't we see the harm in this?
I know. And like, it's like people in the queer community like make fun of it, and it's like, yes, it's funny and it's true, and that's why it's funny, but then it also sucks to just feel like bisexual girls will always have a boyfriend, or like I remember the quote she said is like, that white bisexual girl that's probably going to marry a man, and then I'm like, that just like hurt my feelings so much, because now I feel like I can't marry a man, because I'm like, then I'm like not gay enough if I marry a man.
That's how I feel about Oxford study. Oh yeah. Okay, I know it's like true, and like I'm like a victim of it, whatever. But like it makes me so mad when like I just see like a couple posting and the girl just happens to be Asian and she's with a white man.
When someone else says it.
And then
they say
their comments,
it's funny. When people comment, it's not funny.
And their comments are filled with Oxford study, Oxford. I'm like like that makes me so mad.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's only, that's a self joke. Like that's not something other people can put on you.
That's like only the Asian baddies can say that.
Yeah.
If you're a white man dating her, don't even be saying
that. Also, like you making that joke about someone would be fine too.
Yeah,
like, you're also Asian baddie dating a white man.
Exactly.
Like,
if you're a victim of it, then you can say it. But it's just like
it's
other
like people comment. Yeah, that one's always been weird to me too.
He's very beautiful
why
to
are you
me.
saying that?
Like,
it's also just like, why are you saying that? Why are you thinking that? And like, I don't know, especially like living in a place like California, like obviously there's a lot of white people here. So it's like, I don't even think that's crazy. Like,
I don't think so either. And it's just like, I don't know, like, why don't y'all support like interracial couples?
I know.
Like,
why you guys gotta make it weird?
Yeah. But I don't know. I did also see like this thing that was like a statistic, and it was like Asian people are like statistically most likely to like date outside of their like ethnicity. And I'm like, I guess, like, period. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that too, about how like race, like dating, and then talking about like your race while dating, it gets weirdly like fetishy and always makes me uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because I saw this TikTok of literally this white girl, and she was like, when I'm talking to a man and they're like, I only like white girls, it's weird. And I was like, exactly. Like, why would you say that?
It's just like, you can have a type, but then once you get to like exclusion, that's where it's like, that's not.
Yeah, that's like the episode of Victorious where Kat was dating that guy, and then he was like, sorry, I'm only into blondes.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so weird.
It just reminds me of like super straight era. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And then I'm like, you're just transphobic.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, you don't have to be like into like, you know, but it's just like,
but like saying that is weird.
Yeah, like if you were only into trans women, that's also fetishy.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is
like,
a little bit.
And it's also, that's just like, trans women are like equally as much women as like cisgender women. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, now that you're like excluding a whole group, like that's
it's also that goes like, just because like transgender and trans like sexual and all of that like goes into like sexuality as well, and like sexual preference, like that's completely different than being like, I'm not interested in transgenders, because it's like, you're not like, that's not what you're saying. Like, you're not saying like, I don't want to have sex with you. You're like making it gross and like weird. Yeah. And it's like, they probably didn't want you either, honey. Like, if you're transphobic, a trans girl's not going to want to date you. So you're fine. So don't worry. You don't have to label yourself as super straight.
But yeah, it's just like when you're like excluding like a group of people. Yeah. It's just like, oh, that's not. Yeah. That's not.
I know. It's always weird. I just think like talking about like dating preferences and like bringing ethnicities or races or whatever into it is just odd. Like, I just don't like it.
Yeah. It's also just like a lot of things. It's like, you might not like realize it, but it is like deeper than it actually seems.
I think that's why like it angers me. Yeah, because I just feel weird.
And like not to like be tea or shade, but it's just like with white people, I'm like, there's a lot of like colonialism, like undertones coming from this, and it's true. It's like they might not even realize it, and like not even being like, you guys are evil, but it's just like so like, because it's like, why would you realize it? Like, you don't have to be the one, you know. And so it's like, why would you?
It's kind of going back to what we said about double standards of like, some things aren't a double standard because it's different people saying it. Like, it's like,
it's not created equally. Yeah, so like, it can't be like,
I have to recognize that I'm a white girl when I say stuff like that. Like, I can't just come on here and say like, I'm not interested in this group of people. That's like, it's gonna come of like very like gross white girl privilege, disgusting. Why would you say that? Yeah, like, I mean, I don't think people should be saying that, period, but it's like, especially like when you're in a place of privilege, you can't be hating on a group of not privilege, because like, I don't know, I feel like my most hatred is towards white men, and they're the most privileged of it all. So
yeah, there's just like so much. It's just all very like intersectional, you know what I mean?
It is,
because it's like,
that's just my biggest problem is like,
so unique. So
you
it's
can
like
have
so
these
different.
opinions and you can keep them to yourself, or you can tell like your trusted friends, but it's like, you can't be like saying things like and not recognizing who you are when you say them. Like, you can't ever like take your identity away from what you say. That's why like these TikTok comments anger me, because you're just some random person online, and it's like, you wouldn't say this with a microphone and a camera.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't be saying this.
Yeah, the comment where it's like, but change men to like a different group.
Yeah,
that one
that doesn't make any
it's just
sense.
like, but it really like it wouldn't
doesn't
be
work.
the same.
Yeah.
Like it really
It's
wouldn't.
crazy too, because we were talking about it. It's giving like, where's my straight parade, and it's giving like not
lives
like all lives
matter.
matter, and it's giving like not all men, and like all these things where it's like your group was not being oppressed.
Yeah, it's
so
just,
like
like,
you
this is
can't.
so not about
That's what I
you.
mean when I'm saying like some things aren't double standard, and some things you can't just be like, well, if a girl said that, because it's like double standards to an extent don't exist.
Yeah.
Because it's coming from different like perspectives.
Yeah.
I don't like that term. Like for some things it's true. Like
When
for
it's
very simple
yeah,
things.
if it's really black and white, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
like there's some things where it's like you guys need to both be respecting each other, like
Yeah.
double standards. Like how would you like it if he said that to you, kind of
Yeah.
thing. But then some of these things, it's like, no, you just don't get it because you're a man.
Yeah,
And just realize that you're a man.
Yeah.
Like just think for a second and be like, I don't have that problem because I'm a man.
yeah.
Like, is that so hard? Ty said no. Ty shook his head.
See, it's the colonialism. He thinks he's better than us. I'm telling
said
you,
meow.
it's deep rooted. Oh,
I know, I was gonna say not me.
Yeah, just me. It's that white saviorism. That's what y'all bonding on.
The siren.
That's
Siren
like
came right
I
at the
know.
time. I was gonna talk about my white saviorism dream.
Okay, that's like something that I've been thinking about because like I've just
My
been-
dream?
or no, just
Oh.
like white saviorism and just like white people in general because I was just thinking about how like in a lot of my classes we talk about how like white feminism is not like
Yes.
feminism for everyone and like
Yes.
yada yada yada. And then I was just thinking about like my white friends, like not even tea and shade, but it's just like, you know, it's like I'm just like I just feel like obviously our lived experiences are so different for so many reasons, not just based on race. But I was just thinking like, whoa, like do some of these tendencies come off as like, or is it like stemmed from that? Because like not even you, because you're one of the like woke ones that like try to clock themselves, but like I don't know.
I do things not woke. It's okay.
Ex-boyfriend was so white saviorist coded.
Oh, yeah.
Like he always just like was like, I have really good advice and I can help you. Or it was just always trying to help.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but why don't you help your white male friend?
Yeah.
It's just like, why are you helping? Like, and then it's also the way
and
he
it's
would
like,
like
that's the problem, is I don't even think it's intentional. It's like part
No,
of the
it's not,
patriarchy,
yeah.
and it's part of just like
white culture. It's just like
white culture.
embedded in him.
I think
like,
the
yeah.
only reason you think that about me is because I literally studied this too.
Yeah.
Like, that's also like what I want to do research in, is like that type of area.
Yeah.
Because like I literally just took a class on like gender and sexuality, and it was taught from like a not white perspective.
Yeah.
And then like,
and it's also like not even tea to you, but it's like, you know, like no one's perfect.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
No, I definitely do things without, because like even like how you're saying that, it's like I don't think about that. Like I don't think like, oh, but Kayla's Asian, like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not like I think of like
But
that
then
you
to
even
me,
have a
it's
perspective,
like,
but you always
I'm
have that
so
perspective.
conscious of that, yeah.
And it's like things that I wouldn't even think of because I don't have to.
Yeah. I've just been thinking about that a lot. I'm just like, dang.
I know we've been having the same kind of thoughts.
Yeah, because it's like not even like saying these people are evil. It's just like, whoa, that's crazy to me that it's like you've never like had like a second thought about like certain things in your life. You know what I mean? It's just like you just live and
Yeah.
like peacefully.
And then
like,
they never
that's that.
studied it. Like they were never even
Yeah.
clocked. Like literally last year, I think I took a class, because I take a lot of classes from like the global periphery, like talking about that, like instead of like Western.
Yes.
So then like we were talking about something, and then he was like, all of the books that we read are from the Western like school. And I was like, that literally just rocked my world, because I was like, I didn't even think about that. It's like this entire like section of this course was about like this one part of Africa, and it's all written by white people. And I was like, oh my god,
It's
bro.
also, like,
it's
yeah.
like, how do we like it's so stupid. It's like the
whenever-
Western dominant
yeah.
thinking. And then I keep thinking that too. Like I was just telling Alana, I was like, what if I'm brainwashed into like Western media? And it's like,
Yeah.
they're right. Like, what if like other people are right and like I'm just brainwashed? Like,
Because
I don't
it's
even know.
like, it's just like it's so many years
It's
of
just
it.
so dominated.
Like,
yeah. It's like so hard to unlearn.
it is. In like one of my classes, we were talking about how like just like words are like marked, like they're like coded. Like if I said basketball game, like it's a men's basketball game and you're not, but then it's like you have to specify when it's like a women's basketball game, you know, and shit like that. And then I was just like, that's actually so real. And that rocked me, because other things I'm like, well, yeah, like AP World, like of course, like we learned it from like America's POV, like,
but it's like so much was even cut out, and it's like all this. A lot of my classes will be like that class specifically, our textbook was like not written by like someone who studied in the West. Like it was like some other, like they went to some different type of school, and like they weren't white, and like I don't know, like they had a whole different walk of life. And I was like, I see like no other school, I'm like no other class am I doing that. Like all my other textbooks are just like Western media that's been circled and circled and circled. And, like all our textbooks from high school were like so old and all just from like white men. Yeah, and it's like what? Like,
even in social sciences, it'll be like feminism. Like some classes, it's like we only learn about the white activists, and then it'll be like some, it's like, well, actually, and then we learn about like the intersectionality of it all. Because like it's also like something I want to be more aware about is like ableism, because so much I'm just like, literally like this is true. This is all fine and dandy, I don't think about. But then it's like, what about disabled people?
That's true.
Like, hello.
I know, that's another thing I don't think about, where it's like we just can acknowledge privilege in that area, but then it's like, like it's something we don't have to think about that other people do have to think about, and then other people don't even care that like they don't have to think about it.
Exactly.
Like other people aren't having these conversations. Is my point.
I know.
Other people just have no gaffes. And like I don't know, ignorance is bliss, I guess, but they're probably just like less inclusive people.
Because like when I do have these thoughts, I'm like, damn, I suck. Like,
true.
Literally, like I suck. Not even being pick me, but just like genuinely like.
And see, that's also the problem, is like we're just trying to be nice and inclusive, and then we're being called pick me's. Boy. Boy.
It's just like genuinely, I'm trying to be a better person.
Like what do you I don't know. Like what are you guys doing? Nothing. The people hating do nothing. I was also just talking about this, like not to get overly political, but just like the way that people are so quick to say that like you're brainwashed, and to say like all of this tea and like all of these things that are just wrong, or not even wrong, just like it's like, do you even believe it? And it's like, what are you even saying?
Okay, I don't like the like snowflake liberal like propaganda out there, because it's like when you sit down and think about it, it all does make sense. Like when one of my professors was like, sex is not like science, like it's not strictly biological, it's actually like very socially influenced. At first I was like,
but then it's like you say that, and then they're just like, that's just the liberal agenda of like you saying that, and it's like, but your perspective, it's not even like we disagree on like how we should manage the country or whatever, it's like you just think a certain group of people shouldn't exist, and it's like we're just out here choosing love.
It's also
we're out being like, lift up all these voices, and they're like, trans people should die. Like, what are you saying?
They don't like take a second to like think about it either, because they just hear something and then it sounds like preposterous to them, because they've been taught it their whole life. But then I'm just like, but wait, let me explain, and then like you'll understand. Like they just don't even give you a chance, you know what I mean?
It's like, that's my main quorum. And I was like telling Alana, it's like, this is also part of my crash out, where I was like, why do we even like debate anymore as people? Because like in America, we're too far divided, where it's like we can get in a debate, and like the Jubilee ones, when we were talking about how they suck, it's like they'll get clocked because they'll just be saying something that's not even true, that like Trump probably said, because he just loves to lie, and then the other person will clock them, and then they'll just be like, that's not true. It's like, well, now you're just like, now everyone's just lying. Like you're not even trying to learn or better understand. You're trying to like change someone's mind, and I don't care if your mind has changed. Like if you don't think the same things as us, or you don't like us, just like don't hang out with me.
It's just all gotten,
or like don't watch my content.
So extreme, because like Republicans, like I don't even dislike you. It's just I dislike Trump supporters, because how can you support a man that is doing all of this awfulness?
Everything he does, I don't know what
it's
his
like
excuses
such a big
are,
difference,
because I think they're just like made up excuses to get people to like believe in him. But it's just like everything he does is just hateful. Like he's like, people are happy when they're legally allowed to get gay married. I'm gonna say that's not allowed. Or it's like, it's gonna better these people's lives to get an abortion. I'm gonna say that's not allowed. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, what happened to separation of church and state?
I know. It will never have that.
Yeah. Like, I'm just confused.
Western society will never have that.
Yeah.
It's an L.
It
is quite the
is.
L. What time? Oh, we're running out of time.
Okay. I don't even have a crash out. That was it.
That was our crash out. That was our big one crash out. I also decided that I don't want to do my Hinge segment anymore because I just hate looking at it. So maybe one time, like, I will. Let's look. We can look right now. But I just, like, I always get so bored. Like, I hate looking through my Hinge. Like, it's just, like, boring.
XXXXX.
Yeah, and also, like, why do I even have Hinge? Like, at first it was just, like, for whatever, and now it's, like, I'm never going to go on a date with any of these people, so it's, like, why do I even have it? I don't know. Yeah, I'm too lazy. I don't even want to.
We can come up with a new segment.
Yeah, we have a new segment. We can just start giving story times or something instead because I'm too lazy to go through my Hinge. They all say the same thing. It's just me hating on a bunch of old men for liking me for being young. That's what my segment is every single week.
Yeah.
Because that's what they hit me with every single week.
You're
and
so
they're
young.
grimy. Yeah, that's like why you're so weird.
Age is just a number.
They say such weird things.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, I put myself in this position by getting a dating app.
Clocked herself, see?
This is what I get for
Yeah.
downloading Hinge.
Yeah.
21-year-old girl. Dang it.
Happens.
Happens to the best of us. Okay, I guess that's the end. Do you have
Okay.
anything else?
No, not really.
People keep calling me.
Oh.
Oh, it's text. Okay, I'm so sweaty. I need to open the window.
Yikes. I know, it's really stuffy in here.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I made a heart.
Hey.